in the upper right, in the red, on the map of his choice. He is
StarCraft Life, 이승현.
Does it say fruit salad? You on a shirt?
Yeah. Not sure what that is.
Sponsored by Ro16. In the upper left, in the blue.
SK텔레콤 T1 paralyze, 정경두.
Yeah, I always
Ro16 brought to you by vegetables.
Do you have a favorite vegetable?
Let me think here. Okay, so I'm a guy, I like to juice. I got a little juicer where I put like a cucumber, tomato in there.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Thank you for coming to the studio, guys.
Yeah. He's about to hear us in a second. He's put the earbud.
No, I think it's actually pretty quick in the studio.
Yeah.
He hears immediately.
No, I mean like the guy was like actually like just plugging in his earbuds right then. I'm like, he can't hear us now, but he's about to hear us.
Well, it's too late, buddy. You plugged your headphones in late. You don't know where
your friend's not gonna
you don't know where the hidden treasure is. We just said it, but you don't know. So
friend's not gonna tell you the truth.
The treasure was buried somewhere in the studio, but you can't find it now.
Yeah, favorite vegetable? You got one?
I actually kind of like all vegetables.
You like all vegetables equally?
Yeah, I don't discriminate with my vegetables.
I mean, but like you like a Brussels sprout the same as you like a broccoli?
No, I definitely like a broccoli more than I like a Brussels sprout.
Broccoli is my favorite vegetable.
Kale is quite good.
I don't know what that is.
Kale?
Yeah, what is that? Besides like a League of Legends champion.
Is kale a League of Legends champion?
Yeah.
Well, kale is like kale's actually a superfood. You should be eating it. You should actually be having kale shakes every day.
I'm learning something right now. So
yeah, they got several different types of kale, so it really depends.
Yeah, this is not just like
Ro16 and I are like basically like these guys that like are overall just kind of like unhealthy nerds who basically sat in computer chairs for most of our lives. We're trying to make up in some weird sad ploy to live forever.
So
or
this
at least
is like actually a real thing. Like you're not just like there's this thing called karsh and everybody should be eating it. And I'm
no, there's no thing called karsh, but there is something called kale.
Okay.
And you can it's actually great to juice.
Yeah.
Kale's good.
I don't have a juicer. I guess I have to come over to your house.
Let me tell you something, man. When you get a juicer, at first it's awesome, and then you have to clean the juicer. And I'm already feeling like a vein pop in my head as I talk about this because cleaning a juicer is such a pain in the ass.
This is like very similar to like when you get a gerbil. It's like really awesome, but then you have to clean the gerbil cage, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah, I one time had to babysit a friend's gerbil, and like this gerbil. One night my friend was out and he's like, let's take the gerbil out, let's play with the gerbil, and I'm like, I don't know, man. He's like, no, let's do it. Then we decided to take the gerbil out. This is when my friend was out of town for a week. And the gerbil like jumped out of the hands and was like running all over the house, and I'm like, oh shit, grab it! Like, and eventually I finally grabbed the gerbil, and it's this little tiny gerbil, and like I'm not here to hurt the gerbil. I'm actually I got to put him back in his cage.
But he bites you, right?
No, I was holding him, and his little mouth was like his like little head looked up, and his little mouth opened, and he actually made a sound for the first time I've ever heard. He went ah! It screamed, and I'm like, oh my god, this poor gerbil thinks I'm gonna bite its head off like I'm this terrible predator, but I'm not. I'm actually.
Just trying to protect him.
I'm trying to protect him. I was told the gerbil would like to be put in the ball and run around the house, but no. Gerbils actually, you know what? I'm gonna talk smack on gerbils. I think gerbils are overrated pets.
What about hamsters or guinea pigs? Because I know
guinea pigs are fine actually. Ro16 educated me on guinea pigs.
You remember TSL Guinea Pig Commando?
Yeah,
back in the day.
of course. How could I forget?
Well, this game is still taking a ways to heat up. It looks like it's going to be a 3-gate pressure as no other tech has been
well, he might have to do like some kind of 3-gate pressure and expanding here too. Oh wow. My god, what happened there? What? Well, we'll never know the real story about that. Did those Zerglings get blink? What?
Well, those Zerglings are twins, man, and they're coming in here and they're going to do some...
Oh my god, what's happening?
Let this happen?
Paralyze.
I mean, that sentry is going to kill the Overlord, but... is that really like the priority here? Well, very few drones actually for life right now. Okay, now he's starting to saturate a bit.
What are your thoughts on birds as pets? You had a pet bird?
I actually had a pet cockatiel for
oh my god, I had a pet parakeet. Now I know why we turned out the way we did, is because we were in the families that had pet birds.
The thing is, like, you have this cockatiel, and for some reason, like, you just become accustomed to the fact that it is constantly screaming and making noise, and it never stops. And eventually you get used to that, but like when you bring a friend over, it's just like, does that bird ever stop?
Oh no, you look like a crazy
no.
person. You get used to the bird, like actually, I had a problem because I had this parakeet, and like I'd be playing StarCraft, the parakeet would like fly around. It lands on your head. They like to do this, or your shoulder, which is fine. I don't mind at all. But except that then the bird would take a crap in my hair, and it's these little parakeet turds, and I wouldn't know for like 2 or 3 hours and walk around with like bird poop on my head.
Or like if you realize that you like ask the guy to pause, like, sorry, a bird pooped on my head in the game, and he's like, BS, man, I'm pretty sure that never happened. You're like,
man.
No, I'm so serious.
Like, listen, I'm playing at Yosemite National Park right now. You got to believe me. All right, so we got the Twilight Council coming up here now.
Interestingly enough, life with a double Roach Warren. I don't know. I don't think that was intentional, especially considering his lair's not even halfway done. He might have canceled the second one, but I noticed that he had that started for a moment. We have like occasionally seen players go double upgrade off the 2 Roach Warrens, but usually the lair is done.
That was a while back, though. That's like...
And usually it's a mistake where it's like, oh, I realized I had both.
It's like, oh no, I'm on TV. I better make this look like it's a real strategy.
Exactly. I think it was like Sheth that first did that, where he was just like, well, I guess I'm just going to do this because it looks cool. That Ling's not sneaky. That was not a good hiding place.
We got Blink on the way here and 4 more gates coming.
You know, Lings are basically just angry big gerbils.
Yeah, they are. They're not angry big guinea pigs, though, because...
No. Because they don't go, ooh, or whatever that weird noise that guinea pigs is.
Hey, man, there's actually a lot of good guinea pig videos on the internet.
Eating burritos? I saw that one.
Yes, that is so cute. The guinea pig that eats the burrito. That is the cutest video I have ever seen.
I think you showed that to me. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I think I posted that on my Facebook. Yeah. Guinea pigs eating... No. It's a guinea pig.
Maybe it's
a
hamster, actually.
I believe it's a hamster, eats a mini burrito, and it is the cutest thing. Oh, my God. You guys need to look at it right now. Oh, my God.
Check it out. Well, we have actually burrow movement and roach speed being researched at the same time, so he is doing the let me look cool thing because I made 2 roach warrens.
What if he wins with this and makes us look bad?
Well, that would be more power to him.
Yeah, more power to him. We got Zerg right now at about nearly 140 supply to Protoss at about 100 supply. Let's see what happens. 7 roaches on the way. Perhaps he did mean to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the timing lines up here to at least get... I don't know, actually.
Okay, now he's just made 7 stalkers.
He has 2 upgrades that aren't for roaches with this as well. Well, I mean, one of them is not, I guess. Hydra's range on the way here. Both roach upgrades are done, but there's not too many roaches out. And funny is, not very many sentries. Doesn't look like with this army either. Okay, there's a few.
All right, and so Paralyze is going to push out now.
I think he sees the spikes on the roach's head, and he's like, what is this? I'm a bit nervous about fighting this.
Yeah, roach burrow already. So an observer starts back at home. In the meanwhile, Paralyze will go back home and defend.
Oh, he doesn't even have burrow. That's like the funniest part of all of this.
Yeah, the burrow's late, man.
He's got burrow movement without burrow. Okay.
Hey, it was enough to scare the Protoss back.
Yeah, it scared him. Look at him. He's like, I don't know.
This. He could have force fielded that off.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this is never going to work. My observer isn't ready.
Life not playing that well today.
Yeah, honestly,
he's
really played quite sloppy, I have to say. Especially game 1 it was very unlifelike. No pun intended.
It was very lifeless. So he's got more gates coming down.
Now he finally gets a +1 for his roaches, but that's a bit... I mean, he's got Roach and Hydra with, like, Lings to sprinkle in for extra damage, but the upgrades for the Hydras and the Roaches, the real damage dealers, are not here. I mean, I guess he's dealing with a mostly Blink Stalker force, but there are a lot of sentries to back this up. And here comes Life. He's actually got a good angle over here.
By the way, Paralyze does have the beginning of a Zealot harass over there in the main. If he just sends the Zealots out towards that area.
Force fields
nice force fields, yeah.
I think he's like starting to realize it's like, well, you have Burr Moon, but you're certainly not using it, so... What is this game by Life? I mean, he's not playing badly, but it's just a bit strange. Now, this attack in the natural is starting to do something, while Zealots just still haven't been cleaned up.
Well, so far, Paralyze hasn't taken any critical damage. He's pretty much deflected every attack that's been thrown at him. Meanwhile, there's still Lings and Zealots over here, up in the main, doing a lot of damage, and he can warp it more. Meanwhile, again, a push here from Paralyze going across the map. Paralyze not actually multitasking that harass as well, but it's still doing the damage it needs to do.
Yeah. Well, +3 is eking its way out here for Paralyze as he gets his Templar Archive ready for Archons and feedbacks and the like for helping out against those Vipers. The Greater Spire's on the way, so we might actually see Broodlords. We didn't get to see that last game. He tried for it, but it never came to fruition because he just died before that was ready.
Stalkers and Colossi. Sentries coming out now. And I think we're going to have another warp in right over here.
Yeah, just the upgrades on these Zealots are so good that he's just going to rip through everything here. He doesn't have charge, it appears, but still, I mean...
You know, I think Paralyze is playing just fine. He just needs to keep doing what he's already doing.
Yeah, I'm like pretty impressed with him today.
Well, it's funny because, you know, it wasn't just you and me, it was even the players kind of all hinting that basically it should be Life and Rain to get out, and so far it's definitely Paralyze and Solar who are so far playing much better.
Yeah, so Dark Shrine coming up here for Paralyze even. He's like, all right, you're not even really responded to my Zealot harassment perfectly well. What if I run some DTs in the mix? Maybe if I have... Thing is, if you have like one DT and 6 Zealots, sometimes it takes a long time for you to even realize the DT is there.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is you just glance up and see the Zealots, and normally there's so much else going on. You just, you know, grab your roaches, send them up there, and then a little bit later on, you discover, oh my God, I'm still losing drones.
Yeah, or structures or what have you.
Yeah,
DTs do a lot of damage very quickly. I feel like Paralyze has done a great job of zoning the map out against Life. He's never really had to worry about defending his bases too much. There was that one moment, and then that was it. And this base should be saved here, but it's getting a bit low. So a follow-up attack with +3 Zealots, as that upgrade is just finishing now. Could actually finish it off. He's trading Zealots here to kill these static defenses, but what's more important is he draws Life away while he's going over here to maybe attack this 4th base down the bottom right.
This is still too many Zealots over here.
Yeah, true. It's actually just, you know, with another Warpin could be disastrous. Luckily, he's got a backup Roach Warren, so if he loses that first one, at least he'll still be able to make roaches. All right, there's that DT. He's not noticing this at all.
Yeah, nicely
3
done.
kills already, and there's the Overseer, but, you know, this is...
He's already paid for
should actually just pull his drones, I think, at this point. Like,
okay, now he has Broodlords out here, but the Broodlords are not quick, so this can also be still pretty tough to manage because the Protoss can simply avoid the Broodlord army.
Yeah, it's a good map for Broodlords because it's kind of narrow. There's not very many places where the Stalkers can kind of like blink under them.
That's true.
But at the same time, you know, he's going to need to get Tempest out for this. And here we go. We can see some abducts. Oh no, feedback zoning, too good.
Nice
Force fields
force
are
fields.
good as well.
Oh my God, DT, another one over here. 14 kills for him up there. Life might be taking too much damage, Wolf. I mean, I don't know about this. It looks like Life's really committing to just this one big-ass push over here.
Yeah.
But everything back in Life's space is falling apart. There are so many workers being killed. The pool's about to be taken out.
He has to win the game with this push, basically. There's
I think
no fault. Look at his bank. Or look at the bank he doesn't have. I should correct myself. Oh my God, Storm's here. I think he can, in a second, just blink under the Broods and target.
Yeah, I believe you're right. But of course, why not just play it a little bit safer here for Paralyze? He backs up.
DTs to help out here. There's no Overseers. There they come.
Yep.
He's actually gonna start killing like this Greater Spire, whatever he wants. Yeah, life is looking dead in the water here. This push is not gonna end the game, I don't think.
Well, there's a lot more coming down here.
There's that blink. He targets out one Brood. He's got to be careful though, blinking this time into a concave. I like the other position much better for something like this, and both players dropping in supply rapidly. It's just the concern here for Life is his economy is gone.
I mean, these DTs have not even been dealt with.
36 kills on a DT, 20 kills on the other. That's actually atrociously bad.
This is pretty wild to be happening to Life. Now Life is continuing to edge toward it. Oh my God, he's getting another.
No, the Broodlords are exposed here. And even if Paralyze loses this base, it's not as significant as what Life has lost back at home. It's like DT's like, I'm out of here.
Man, the problem is that he has enough Colossi here that he pretty much owns everything on the ground. In fact, he might even want to blink like half the Stalkers underneath that. But now he's going to play it safe because one Broodlord doesn't even really do anything. Life, I think, just lost, Wolf. I think that's it. Look at the income here. It's at 49. Now
gates,
50.
Once he remakes those gates, he's going to be able to spend his money. I mean, he lost all of his infrastructure at his third, but there it is. GG.
Wow.
Back-to-back upsets here. And
I don't think anybody expected the games to look like that, man. I mean, I know Paralyze is a great player, but that was not the Life I'm used to casting. Life was falling apart.
Yeah.
The moment that the DTs were in his base, he didn't even respond to it. I mean, that's a game that hurts.
And you know who's going to be happiest of all right now, actually, is Solar.
Yeah.
He's like, you didn't win that game, Life lost it, and I get to play now against another Protoss in the winners match to get out of here. He's probably like so happy right now.
Well, guys, again, really big shocker. We're actually going to have Solar up against Paralyze for the winners match, and we're going to be going to that after this short break, so stay tuned.